Hello, my name is Ron Bernstein. Today is Friday, April 10th, 2020. I'm home, just like most of us, trying to make sense of the world and to carry out my long-term and brand new goals. So here are my thoughts and suggestions to help with our financial issues during the coronavirus pandemic. The Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security, the CARES Act, was enacted 2 weeks ago. The act includes a stimulus payment for about 145 million Americans. Money we receive will not be treated as taxable income in 2020. Consider it as an advance payment of a tax credit for the 2020 tax year. Who will qualify? Individuals who filed a tax return in 2018 or 2019, or who received a Social Security disability check. A suggestion to those who were not required to file a tax return and didn't receive a Social Security disability payment: type in free tax software into your browser and use one of the free federal tax software programs. And yes, you can do this on your phone. You must have a Social Security number to receive the stimulus payment. An ITIN will not work. If you are 18 years or older, you cannot be a dependent on someone else's tax return. If you owe delinquent child support, your payment will go to the entitled custodial parent, not you. How will I get my money? By direct deposit if the IRS or Social Security Administration deposits funds in your bank account. This could be weeks faster than a paper check. Consider visiting the IRS or SSA.gov site to insert your bank routing and account number. Paper checks will be sent to the addresses on file, but will take weeks longer. First payments for those making $10,000 or less started rolling out yesterday. Next week, those earning $20,000 or less will go out, and those earning $30,000 or less should expect a payment beginning around May the 8th. The last people to get their payments will be joint filers making almost $200,000. That's out in September. How much? The government will use a test based on your 2018 or 2019 earnings. The test is based on your adjusted gross income, which omits above-the-line deductions such as payments you made to retirement accounts. To qualify for the full $1,200, individuals can't earn more than $75,000. Double that amount to $150,000 for married filing jointly. And to qualify for the maximum payment for head of household, the AGI limit can be up to $136,000. Most of us will receive the $1,200 plus $500 for each dependent child if they are under 17 years old. And then there are reduced payments for those making more than the AGI limit. $50 less for every additional $1,000 earned. So if you're making $76,000, you'll get $1,200 minus $50. If you make $99,000, you get $1,200 minus $1,200. You won't get anything. To collect unemployment insurance, you must be furloughed or laid off, not fired, and not have quit. You must have earned at least $200 a week for 20 or more weeks during the base period, which is approximately 52 weeks prior to your application. One big change with the CARES Act: self-employed or gig workers who could not apply for unemployment insurance before the virus are now eligible. How much will we receive? Typically, 50% of the amount you were making for a 6-month period. The CARES Act adds an additional $600 a week for up to 4 months. Unemployment insurance is administered through states, not the federal government. For those in New Jersey, here are 4 website links. The first is general information about unemployment insurance program in New Jersey. The second one is how to file a claim online. The third one is how to file a claim by phone. And the fourth is general information updates for unemployment insurance. Sadly, crisis breeds scams. And I've heard of 3 documented scams. The first one is walk-in clinics that are set up in tents in parking lots. They promise quick test results, which are bogus. They get as much information as you are willing to give, like your credit card number, your social security number, your address, your phone number, and they set you up for future scams. Has anybody received the phone call? We represent a company that is in final testing of its coronavirus antibody or vaccine test. Invest now and you can make a killing. Fake. And also there are fake CDC emails with links to bonus sites that attempt to grab your data. I would like to bring your attention to 4 local nonprofits that are helping with money, with food, with housing, and medical care. That's the Parker Family Health Center, HabCorp Housing the Homeless, Lunch Break, and Interfaith Neighbors. For those fortunate enough to have an emergency fund, replenish it as soon as possible. For those who did not, start one ASAP. Financial advisors argue about the number of months of expenses we should have in savings, 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, 9 months. This pandemic will let us know the answer. And a word about delaying your mortgage and other installment loan payments. Do so only if you must. Think of it as an elongation of the term of the loan. The lenders will tack on 1 month to the end of the contract for every month that you delay payment. And maybe the most important financial suggestion I can say today, communicate with every one of your lenders or vendors before their bill is due. Thank you very much for listening.